Oh.
What? Hello?
Hi, everybody. I'm seeing right now, straight off the bat, that we've had a visual rebrand. Phil, those are some funky ears.
Thank you. I thought I'd embrace the cat ears today, given what we're chatting about. And also, my cat-made Insta story. I figure everyone should know. Right now, I am in the cat-made dress as you listen to the show.
Okay, that's a he's not.
I'm not really.
That would
and
be...
Dan...
You know, I didn't want to shame you. I was about to say that would be disturbing. That would be perfectly okay. I just disagree on your taste level. And what about me, Phil?
Dan, you look fabulously gay. Are you dead as well because you've got a halo, or are you just like a gay angel? What's going on?
Yes, all of the above.
so we're talking to Dan the gay ghost. That's all good.
And when was I not that? Well, hello, everybody. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another lovely... What?
Just lots of bubbles and claps and everything. Everyone seems to be good. That's how I'm seeing it. They're like, yes,
they're clapping, they're bubbling, they're going crazy. Welcome back to another Tuesday with Dan and Phil. Speaking of people questioning their sanity and patience, no sign of us moving into our house yet. So if you like Dan and Phil having intimate Tuesdays and Thursdays with you via your ear holes, well, we've got nothing else to do and nowhere to do it, so strap yourselves in. Oh, we have our first hello.
Good evening, Dan and Phil.
Congratulations. You have won the X Factor. Yeah. That was incredible.
To the cat maid who sits next door.
We haven't talked about the name either. I haven't.
Oh, yeah. And the show today is called Quarantine Queers. Boom. Amazing.
That's some great alliteration. I'm loving
Not only is it somehow still relevant to the two of us and funny, but it's alliteration with a double Q. What the hell is happening? So shout out to Athena on Twitter who did that. They did an amazing piece of art, which I'm going to have to see on my Insta story because it really made me lol.
Thank you, Athena.
Again, thank you to Athena and everybody for vibing to these shows. We're enjoying doing them, and I hope you're having a good time.
We're just loving your vibes.
A lot of people have been talking about Ballgate.
Ballgate, yeah. If you didn't come to the last show, here's a tiny refresher.
Previously on Dan and Phil.
Previously on Ballgate. There was a metal
It's not what you think. Like, we really had to get in there quickly, and...
Yeah.
Okay, it's about a metal ball, and they're not ours.
Yeah.
Well, they are ours, but they're not. Okay, you just go ahead, Phil.
It's about wind blowing on a ball that we own. Basically, there was a storm, and we have this weird metal ball in the garden. We don't own it. It's owned by the landlord. And the ball blew in to the neighbour's part of the garden, and I was too scared to go and get it because I figured they'd be like, what are you doing in my garden? I'm naked in my lounge.
They'd call the police. You'd get arrested. You'd get attacked. Yeah, you're a nightmare.
Yeah. It was a whole thing, so there was a question of when is Phil going to go and get it, and it became 10 a.m. the next day, and I said I'd go get it, but I got too scared, so I made Dan go get it.
The question, the answer to that is the time never came for Phil to do it. I noticed that he spent about an hour. I always say that Phil's like a meerkat, because he does this thing in social situations where he kind of just stands on alert. You know when a meerkat stood on the top of a hill, just looking out for that eagle, stood on its tiptoes, basically just being a bit of a perv, snooping around in people's business, spying on the neighbours. That's you, literally.
It's not
all of the time.
I'm protecting my rock. I'm protecting my rock.
It's inherently pervy. No matter where we've lived, like when we lived in Manchester and we used to look at an apartment, we saw, I don't know how to put this, several local prostitution operations operating out of this hotel, and they thought they had the windows closed and they didn't. And Phil... loved to just protect his rock, I guess. He just
if it's in the direct line of sight for your lounge and it's an open hotel window, you can't really not see out the corner of your eye.
It was like, good morning, here's your warm toast, man's ass. Yeah, definitely. That was, wow, vivid memories coming back into my head. So anyway, there was Phil, stood by the window in the lounge, and I was just looking at him like a nature documentary. And then I'm Attenborough and he's the meerkat. And I was like, here you can see the Phil. He has been stood looking into the neighbour's garden for 1 hour. He knows that nobody's there. But will he retrieve the ball? And eventually, after literally seeing Phil go on this whole internal Hobbit there and back again, hypothesizing of everything that could happen. It took 6 seconds. I walked outside, I stepped over the fence, I picked up the ball and I took it back. I just couldn't do it anymore. Phil, you need to slightly, whilst you are valid, you need to slightly get a grip.
I know. And you see, what I was going to do is I was going to go on all fours and crawl into their garden beneath the line of their window. But imagine if they'd seen me doing that, like some kind of warthog, like some kind of warthog ball collector. They'd be like, what's he doing? Anyway,
that would be so much worse.
No more throwing me under the bus. I'm going to throw you under the bus. You liked your own tweet yesterday.
What do you mean?
I saw you liked your own tweet on Twitter.
Did I? Oh, yeah, on Twitter. Did I like my own tweet on Facebook?
It said Daniel Howell liked this, and you had liked your own tweet.
Oh my God, you're right. I liked my own tweet. That's so embarrassing. Does it say that when you look at the tweet, like liked by people?
Liked by.
Liked by you. God. All my friends and peers must be like, wow, okay, Dan, liking your own tweet. See how it is.
Look, if you crank out a banger tweet, you're allowed to like your own tweet. That's not so bad, is it? I
crank out
funny.
Tweets. I don't know if they're bangers or just stuff that I should be ashamed of, but there they are. Oh, hello.
Hello. My cat Hobnob is listening to this show as well.
Oh, really? Hobnob.
That is a great name for a cat. And also, probably an S-tier biscuit if you get the right dunk on it. I'm not going to dunk your cat into a cup of tea. But
what is the rating for the biscuit without the dunk, Phil? That's the question.
It's like a B tier without a dunk, and we're talking about a chocolate half-coated hobnob here, not the standard hobnob. Just wanted to flag.
What is a hobnob? For anyone that is confused and scared, and we know we're talking about metal balls and hobnobs and cats, what the hell are you talking about, Phil?
It's a oat golden syrup creation, and it's pretty delicious. If you come to the UK, get yourself a knob of the hob.
Wow, averting from that quickly. So, welcome to the show. It's Tuesday, It's Dan Day, and we sowed some chaos into the universe because at the end of the last show, I said I'm going to talk about being a femboy, and then Phil, who didn't know what I was talking about, because obviously I hadn't told him what I was thinking for the show yet, just decided to go, I'm a cat boy, out of nowhere. Explain yourself.
Listen, I have role-played as a cat in Final Fantasy 14, where there is a race of cat people, and that's the online game that we play, and I think I've spent 276 hours as a cat person now. So
I will be specific.
I'm into it.
You have role-played in the sense that you have played a role-playing game.
Yes.
What that doesn't mean is that you've gone to those places in every MMO or VR game where there's like a bar of horny people actually role-playing with emotes in the chat, because there are erotic role players out there. And I don't know, you might be logging on when I'm not logging on and going for some tail-wagging ERP down in the bar.
I've had some whispers from people that are like...
What?
No. I was saying someone tried to instigate some sexy cat action with me, but I politely declined. In a dungeon, and he was like, you gay? And then he was like, pulls your tail, ooh-woo. And I was like, man, I'm okay. I'm okay, thanks.
Like, bro, don't hit me with the ooh-woo when we're being attacked by a troll or whatever the fuck's happening. Okay.
I know. Is the cat boy a sign? Is it a sign that you might be gay in Final Fantasy 14? I didn't know that, but that's what I've attracted.
We were both drawn to it, and maybe. So that's that. As for me, what I want to talk about today is, should we embrace some femininity in our style? And why don't we do that? That is the topic. So we can set the topic. Because here's the thing, right? A lot of people like to draw us, particularly me, over the years, in stockings and a miniskirt, often looking embarrassed. It's kind of got like a whole tsundere energy thing. I'm not quite sure what's behind it, but clearly there's this thing there where people look at me and they're like, yeah, that guy, he wears knee-high socks. Or should. Or I'd like to imagine him doing that. And I've been thinking about that, okay? Because me and you, Phil, we're nice. We're very liberal guys. We love and accept all people. But we dress pretty normally. Okay, right. Well, I mean...
Well, there is no normal here. Like,
I do... Well, I mean normal as in, like... I was about to say that other than, potato sacks and the fact that I'm a walking funeral. But it's quite manly. And the question is... Why haven't we questioned that? Why do we dress like whatever the heck normal quote boy quote is destroy all words and things.
Yeah.
And maybe what are some things that clearly people like to imagine us wearing that we should feel comfortable in? What do you think, Phil?
Well, you let us know if you're going to send in a voice message. Let us know what you think we would suit. What would Dan suit? What would Phil suit? What should we try out?
Does Phil need a winged tip? Do I need some fish nights? Oh, wait. Fish nights? What
Fish
the hell
nights?
That
2 words. Crop tops.
Okay. Yeah. See, you say crop top. There was a guy in the Heartthrob game last week that wore a crop top. That football player.
Yeah. He was a football player. Was that a thing back in the day in the 80s? Did they wear crop tops while they were playing football?
It was a look. I don't know what was happening, but it was a look. And that seems like a very manly, cishet, whatever thing. And, whatever. Yeah. Hey, maybe they're onto something and we're behind the times.
Yeah, I was not inspired by the crop top when I saw the football player wearing it. I wasn't like, ooh, I fancy wearing that. I don't know why. That's the thing with me. I don't know if I've been brought up by the social norms, and that's why my brain thinks that I want to wear these clothes, like standard jeans and T-shirts and no makeup. Obviously, part of it is a fear of looking different and standing out. But I've never felt drawn to like skirts or tights or anything like that, because you do hear from some people that are like, I've been putting on girls' clothes since I was 4 and I just really like dressing up. Like they say it quite a lot in Drag Race. They're like, and then I'm a drag queen. But for me, I've always just felt drawn to the boyish
and that's
looking
the thing, Phil.
Clothes.
Here we are. We've been on our personal growth journey since we were fetuses on YouTube 10 years ago. Yes. Everyone knows we're gay. And yet, are we still brainwashed on some level? I think the answer to everybody in society is yes, we're all constantly brainwashed and held down by the horrible judgment of others and our conditioning. But, like, bro, what's up with that? Phil in high heels, what do you think?
I think listen, I struggle enough walking around in standard trainers. Anything that makes it anything that makes it more difficult to walk around in, I don't think
you got die.
Yeah.
You will instantly die.
Firstly, I'm like 6'2". I'm tall enough. I would put my feet down grates and fall over. I don't know how anyone walks in high heels. I mean, good on you if you do, but I don't think I would for the safety aspect, and also because I'm tall enough.
Yeah, we don't need that. That would be an attack. That would be very selfish of us to do that to others, just make ourselves taller. That would be selfish.
What about you?
We've got a suggestion.
I say absolutely yes. Put on that glitter, put on all them colors, because colors are not specifically for gender, so I'm not saying which color, because I don't care. And wear skirts, dresses. It looks so good on boys.
Okay, so here's the thing. I accept the message, but I completely reject, and I'm actually offended by, and I want to block you for suggesting that I wear colours, because that's just not the topic today, and you've offended me personally.
That's far more contentious.
That's disgusting. That's about my personality.
Dan would wear a full-on black dress over a green T-shirt.
Yeah. That is so true, honestly. It's personal. Yeah. And God, it's so weird, isn't it? Because firstly, I have that crop top thing that I released from my merch.
Yes.
We need to get you in that, Phil, just at some point, either recreationally or in a video. But I don't know, I feel like I quite like the idea of wearing soft clothes. So the idea of wearing long, comfy socks and a baggy sweater, like a lounge femboy. That's
lounge
nice.
Femboy.
But then, like, a lot of people go for, like, leathery shoes and piercings and fishnet tights, and it just looks uncomfortable. So I'm saying, if you're going to let me kind of break out of my own heteronormative brainwashing to see what different shaped of garments I like, can we at least be comfortable about it? Can I have that?
Yeah, you can have that. So what would a cozy but feminine item be? Like a very soft crop top, for example.
Well, okay, right, here's the thing. Ventilation, great. Jeans, oppression and patriarchy, I say. So I'm wearing a baggy sweater. It's like a 3/4 length. It's like any kind of 3/4 length top. And then just really long socks. That's nice.
That works. That could happen. I can
like,
see
I
that.
imagine Ariana Grande walks around like that a lot. You know what I mean? It's like a really big hoodie and then just socks. And then maybe just some bunny ears, because why not?
Oh, get some of those on. Let's get another message.
Dan, please paint your nails again. It just looked so good. Black nails go with anything, and they're iconic.
Thank you. I think that a lot of guys, especially the straights, and a lot of YouTube friends and people are clearly embracing that, and I like it, because it's one of the silliest, most harmless forms of accessorizing. You're just painting your nail. It's like dyeing your hair or getting a piercing. And to think that even 5-10 years ago, other than people in punk bands, that nobody wanted to even paint their nails black, that's crazy. Humanity, we're just suffering for no reason. I really like guys that paint their nails. I just think it's cute and exciting. The only problem with me is I have no art skills.
Yeah, yours are a mess whenever you do it.
It looks horrible. You know, I've never had a manicure. Neither of you, Phil.
No, I've never had a manicure. I don't think I've painted my nails properly either. And I don't know if, again, that's because I've been brainwashed into thinking, oh, that's so girly, when I shouldn't think like that.
Or it's just a skill-based thing.
No, or if it's just I don't like having things on me, generally.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the annoying, like a watch on your wrist that you just want to rip off because you don't like it.
I don't like having a plaster on myself if I, like, hurt myself. I don't like having jewelry. I don't like watches. And I feel like if I could feel the, nail polish on my fingers, I just, put off by it in that way. So maybe it's something to try and see if I like it. I don't know. Would it suit me? Maybe. Maybe some blue and green or something.
I think all we've decided is that either way we need professional help.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
I think so. But it's interesting that when I actually put the maid outfit on for the Viewers Try My Outfits video, which was like a jokey part. That
wasn't a serious outfit. It was like a stupid eBay made outfit, yeah.
It was a terrible eBay made outfit, but it created quite a strong reaction online. Like, I saw people tweeting me, and there was some people talking about it like, oh, it's so wrong. Have you seen this? This looks terrible. What is he thinking? And I think it's like, why were they having such a strong reaction to something?
Were people saying, like, this is a bad made outfit, it's a joke, you don't look sexy? Or were they being like, ugh,
no, it was like
wearing a girl dress?
Yeah, it was like a disgust vibe.
Oh my god! When was that? How old is this video? Like 3 weeks, a month? I don't know.
It's quite. It's
quite
old.
1992. What?
It didn't.
You found people that were offended that you weren't even like trying to do drag or like have a femme look. You were wearing a very ugly outfit, and people were offended.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It didn't upset me. It was just more of an interesting, like, I wonder why. Like, if I'd worn, like, a banana suit, would I have had the same, wow, what's he doing with his life?
That's fine. But then, oh, God forbid you wear that frilly apron, they're going to flip out!
Yeah,
and they're going to call their grandma. God, that is so... I feel like you found a rare Pokemon or something. You should have taken a screenshot and put it up in the museum.
I obviously saw more people being excited and laughing at the video, so yeah, it didn't bother me. It was just, it was odd that still in 2020 created such a visceral reaction in some people.
And you got to imagine that even amongst all the people listening right now, there are a few dozen people right now listening that are maybe feeling the same way, low-key. Yeah. So I would just want to say to those people that if you are in any way comparable to the journeys that me and Phil have gone on inwardly, and this doesn't even have to be about sexual identity or gender identity, just in terms of the rules that you think people have to follow in life or whatever, maybe just question it, because there's nothing wrong with it, and it's okay. And if you've been brought up to believe something, or it goes against, you feel like you'd be afraid if you made the same decision, it's okay to acknowledge that. But then just think, maybe I should just let it go. Is it all right? Is there actually nothing wrong with Phil wearing a horrible, ugly maid dress other than the fact that he did look stupid and ridiculous on his own YouTube channel in front of 1 million people?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I just question...
'Cause you really did.
If you go down like the path of why do I feel like this? Where did that come from? Does that make sense? And why am I getting annoyed by something so small? It's like, you can probably break it down to think, that doesn't make sense. I must have these thoughts for societal reasons that shouldn't be in my head. And
before you know it, Dan has got an OnlyFans. And he's flashing his navel. What? Okay.
No.
Fishnets make everything sexier. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
like, go for it. I think it would be super cool.
I like the consideration. They're just like, go for it. Was that peer
Go
pressure?
for it.
I feel like that was peer pressure.
That was peer pressure.
So here's the thing. This is like, there's real style and then there's like jokey internet style. A lot of the looks that you wore in your Viewers Buy My Outfit videos are not like ready to wear you'd go around. They're like quite well put together, kind of high concept, the thing you see in a music video, you know what I mean? And it's the same for lots of fan art. People are like, oh, yeah, here's a picture of Dan wearing a pink crop top and some fishnet tights and some heels. And then I'm like, that doesn't look comfortable. That doesn't look like an expression of myself. I feel like, maybe I can wear clothes with a wider neck, maybe with a crop top, maybe something that doesn't have 2 leg holes, and so many things that we can explore. Are these clothing things gendered for no reason? But are fishnet tights cool or sexy, or are they a bit tacky? I don't know. I'm not shaming here. I'm not shaming. I'm just like, is it for me? This is the guy that wore a leather shirt. I'm not allowed to have rights.
Yeah, it's all about fashion choice as well. Like, I still wear emoji pajamas, so I don't think I've got any hope to ever look cool.
And I am the real victim in that situation.
I would love to see both of you in sparkly eyeshadow. I think you can totally pull it off.
Okay, we can totally pull it off. We just can't apply it without blinding ourselves.
If you saw the video of me trying to put on eyeshadow when I was putting my face into Norman makeup, you will see that is a terrible idea.
God. See, right, yeah. Anyone that's ever like Dan and Phil, would you experiment with makeup or accessorizing with nail polish? Just watch Phil trying to paint our dead fish on his face. And then
he wasn't dead at the time.
He wasn't dead. Now it just seems like a sacrilegious violation of his spirit. But at the time, it was simply a crime against makeup and craft skills and hand movement. Yeah,
it was.
But you tried.
So I guess the conclusion of this conversation is, don't really know. It's weird. Maybe I could try some nail polish one day.
So you've decided that you don't want to wear things that are uncomfortable, anything that makes you look taller, anything that's dangerous. So I also feel like you in a skirt might be dangerous in the same way that heels are. So maybe you could be comfortable exploring it from a gendered clothing perspective, but from an accidental flashing perspective, maybe that's not worth the risk for you per se, Phil.
Maybe not. Especially, I've got such long legs and I'm not very good at, sitting in a normal way. So if I was wearing a skirt, I'd probably show all sorts of things if I was sat there,
I mean, how many things are on this list? All sorts of things.
7 things.
Don't know what's going. Okay. Woo! I don't want to know. Well, hopefully Phil will continue to keep himself alive, and we'll see as time goes on. What random things will I get bored and post a selfie of Instagram? That's really the question. Of course, we saw me with the lingerie in front of the fireplace, and I made Phil stand there for an hour taking that photo. So either way.
Oh my God. I was going to say, I was looking through my camera roll to try and find old photos the other day, and I've still got the entire photo shoot of that.
You need to delete that just because your FBI agent is crying still that is on your camera roll, so you need to just go ahead and cleanse your iPhone's hard drive immediately.
I'm going to cleanse it.
Moral of the story, we're all brainwashed, and yeah.
Yeah, that was a good chat.
You said you wanted to get spicy, and I was scared by what you meant. I feel like you were referring to the Twitter trend earlier.
Spicy! I saw a Twitter trend. I didn't click on it, so this might have been related to something I'm not even sure about. It was, what is your unpopular opinion? So I wanted to talk about unpopular opinions now.
Okay.
What is your most unpopular... everyone's got an opinion that you'll say in a room, at a party or something, and everyone will go, what? How can you not like that? And it might be about... sport, it might be about food, it might be about what you like doing. I had my opinion on sand the other day that I don't like sand, and that was very controversial. Everyone was like, what is wrong with
for
you?
sure. I'm going to kick it off with an unpopular opinion, which is that unpopular opinions are shit and not fun, because every single opinion is just a popular opinion. What do you mean? People be like, unpopular opinion, I don't like getting punched in the face. Honestly, I clicked on it earlier on Twitter, and people are like, unpopular opinion, gay rights, and it's like, okay, well, maybe let's not think about the majority of humanity, but still on Twitter, honey.
Yeah, if you're going to have an unpopular opinion, it's got to be unpopular. You can't just say something that
gotta make
everyone hates.
physically attack you for what you say. Yeah, okay. Well, why don't... Have you changed it? What are your unpopular opinions? Do we already have one now? God, I'm scared.
I think that was fast. You're like,
what has someone already sent in? Let's see.
Peanut butter? Oh my god, peanut butter sucks. It's so bad. It's awful. It's disgusting.
Oh!
Wow, that was delivered with passion. Thank you for that. See, this has got off to a good start. Thank you.
That was good. Because I do like peanut butter, and I think it's delicious, so that is unpopular. Are you going to
fight them, IRL?
Dan, you are an imposter in this spaceship, because you don't like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which are like the epitome of peanut butter, so you can...
Yeah, I don't like peanut butter combined with 12,000 pounds of sugar. Yeah. Sorry, I'm boring and old, I have a bitter tongue, I don't have a sweet tooth, I cannot eat Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, they make me yak, they're too sweet. It's just too much. Whereas Phil's like, I will shove 9,000 cubes of peanut butter in my mouth at one time.
Oh, the closest I've had to like reaching God in an orgasmic food sense is eating an extra large white chocolate Reese's Christmas tree, I think it was, I got in my stocking. It was beyond anything. It was so good. I think
I would instantly die if I ate that, personally. I see what you mean, though. Right, there is a clag factor to peanut butter. Where if you tune in to the sandiness, it kind of gets stuck to the roof of your mouth, and it's horrible. So it is kind of like chewing cardboard. I guess sometimes I'm into that. But that's valid. I respect you for sharing.
I'm just like, clag me up more. I love it. But I do have a similar food-related opinion.
Is this controversial?
Chocolate cake is overrated.
Oh, you don't like chocolate cake? Damn.
There's so many better flavors of cake. I'm just saying. Do you know that like double dark chocolate cake? It has such a one-note flavor compared to something with icing and red velvet, or, you know, go on.
Agree with you. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, you're so right. Like carrot cake, even like a good vanilla frosting. I don't know. There's a whole world of cake flavors out there, and chocolate is just so claggy. You don't even enjoy the cake, and then the buttercream and everything. It's just so one note, and it's never going to be like incredible chocolate taste. Oh my God, I feel dirty and controversial for saying that. What have you awakened in me? I wasn't aware that I had such a spicy take lying inside me.
Disgusting. Let's hear some more spicy takes from you guys.
Right.
Oh my God.
I don't understand Marvel films. I don't get it. I just they're not that good. Like, they're boring.
Oh, Olivia! Oh, that was a good one.
I don't feel so good.
Wow, half the audience just fucking evaporates. Because
do you know what?
Pissing with rage right now. Go on.
I'm not pissing with rage. I am slightly...
leaking.
I'm leaking, but I also kind of get it, because they don't really hold your hand. It's just like, here's a load of stuff you were meant to know from 3 films ago. And if you're not in the loop from watching 20 films...
Yeah,
you're not going to know what's going on. So
everyone in the world talk about Endgame, and it's like, bro, you haven't watched 17 and a half hours of comic book movies over the last 10 years?
Yeah.
Get out! You're not a part of modern society.
So I'm shocked and appalled, but I do get why it could be boring to someone.
Some people just aren't into comic books. They don't like the tone. They don't like the quippy Marvel sense of humor, and they think it's a bit silly. Maybe they like harrowing black and white dramas. And hey, guess what? That's valid. Okay. Wow. I just realized I have an unpopular food one. Are you ready for this? Strap yourself in, people. I think that donuts are rarely satisfying.
Rarely was that?
Yeah.
Oof.
Because they're so big and dense, and it's quite a commitment to eat a donut. And yet, they're kind of just sugary bread.
Dan, you can't say they're sugary bread.
I don't remember the last time that I had like a mouth orgasm from a donut, honestly. I just feel like so many donut brands that are like fancy donuts just kind of taste bland. And at the end of the day, sometimes a regular Krispy Kreme that had hit the spot. But I used to go to Sainsbury's and used to get like your Sainsbury's basic jam donuts that are just like jam injected into a sugary donut. That hit the spot. You know what I mean? That did something for me. But so many donuts in life, I kind of eat them, and I get, especially these days, the fancier and more pretentious the Instagram donut company, the more it just tastes like cardboard.
Oh my God, they were some harsh words, Daniel.
The cheaper the donut, the better it is, and that's on period.
If someone gives me a big fancy donut, like I had one which was Lotus Biscoff, and it was filled with Biscoff cream, and that was like a 10 out of 10. You just need to find the right one. And I'm with you that some are trash. You just need to wade through those to get that Biscoff dream.
All right, let's get outraged by another one of you freaks.
There is nothing wrong with biting into a Kit Kat without breaking it first. I'm sorry. It's really not that deep.
No!
Get the fuck out.
Absolutely not. But that's
you are
great.
Cancelled.
No, you're not
it's
cancelled because you provided what we wanted, which was an actual unpopular opinion.
Yeah, okay, well, thank you, and also, how dare you?
Yeah, you win by making me shake with rage. That was great. Oh, imagine doing that.
I saw a guy do that in the wild once, and it really stuck with me all day. It just really shook me to my core. I just saw him. He wasn't eating mindfully. He wasn't taking a break and a moment to enjoy the kit or the cat. He just sat in his little suit on his little bench in the little park in the little London. He whacked out the Kit Kat. He whacked it out. He didn't whap it out. He
whack
didn't get
it
on the floor
out
and do the whap with a Kit Kat in hand.
I'd like to see that.
The whack, the wet ass Kit Kat when you dunk it. Anyway, what are we talking about?
God.
And he just undid the zip. And then he just chomped it. It was still half in the plastic. He did that thing where he was holding half of it still, and then he just nibbled into it with his insiders like a freak rabbit and a nightmare carrot. It was the most disgusting, gratuitous display of violence I've ever seen in my entire life, and I still think about him to this day.
I love it. That is so unpopular. It's brilliant. I
it just goes against the laws of nature.
Yeah,
there's lines on it. The lines go in a direction. You're supposed to snap it. You don't cut two lines in half. What are you doing? Some people just, like, honestly, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, you know, you're ready to go. You're Thanos. Can't trust you.
Absolutely screaming. I have one which is quite unpopular amongst people that I've mentioned it to.
Rustle my jimmies, Phil.
I think music is too loud in bars. I'm not an old man. I'm not being old man. Listen, I'm fine if you hit the club.
Keep it down in there.
No,
you. Okay. No.
Listen. I'm going to say my piece. If you go to a nightclub, that's fine. Loud as music as you want. You want to dance. You want to have a drink. You want to like shout into someone's ear. If you go to a bar with some friends where you're there to chat, you're in a booth, and it's just going. And I am someone with a very terrible voice box that works for about 5 minutes, and then I can't raise my voice anymore. So I always end up not being able to speak to anyone. Except to be like, if I agree with something. So
that's cool.
It ruins my time, and that makes me sound old, but that's how I feel.
You know what? In the risk of sound like a boomer, Phil, I am with you 100%. There are some places, and they just need to turn it down so you can hear people talk. Yeah. Especially, like, oh my God, can I do this? When we went to VidCon last time, VidCon 2019... just came out as gay, go in, and then they have these stupid mixer things that nobody goes to, and they're like kind of cringe, and it's basically just like a convention, you know, center. Everyone gets together and says hi in the evening just to say welcome. And I wanted to be like, you never know who you're going to bump into. Am I going to see old friends? Am I going to make some new friends? Am I going to do some networking? And they had the convention center with all of the lights turned off, and they were just blaring music. And I was like, what the hell are they doing? This is not the vibe.
You want to chat?
This is supposed to be a lame convention for nerds. And then we were just walking through, and I remember me and you, we did like one lap, and we were like, bro, this is not the energy. This is not cool. All I can see is a bunch of like weird 13-year-old influencers doing drugs and dabbing and walking around on skateboards. And I'm scared, and I want to go home. I need Jesus. And that's when I saw John Green, who embraced me for a minute, and I couldn't even hear what he was saying. So I'm with you. Let's sit in silence in a slightly lit room on soft furnishings.
I do like those VidCon parties, though. I think it's nice to see everyone in one room, but you're right, it's just too loud. Like, if it wasn't loud, I'd love it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But if you're going to a nightclub because you want to be messy and make poor life decisions, and then go out and grind up against someone and be sweaty and then be sick in your friend's ear, then you're allowed to have a loud environment.
That's fine, yeah. Okay, we agree. Let's get another one.
Okay, I'm Italian and I would put pineapple on pizza. Don't at me.
I won't at you. Ooh. If anyone, I feel like if anyone from your extended family is listening, Christmas is over.
Yeah. That is one of the things that is so polarizing with humans.
Yeah.
However, I don't think I've eaten a pineapple pizza in, like, ever. I've just seen it and been turned off by it.
You've never had it? Oh,
no.
My God. Because you've never choose it, right? You have never been in a position where you've chosen a Hawaiian pizza. And because of the natural shaming that should take place sometimes in society, people don't order it for other people. So yeah, wow, that's crazy, Phil. So you need to lose your pineapple virginity at some point.
I don't. That's the thing. I'm really
right in there.
now. I'm really hungry now, and if you presented me with a slice of pineapple and, I don't know, ham and pineapple, I wouldn't want it in my mouth, and I've not tried it.
So you're shaming this person. You're shaming this dear listener that has tuned into our show.
Yeah, and it's a baseless shame, because it's just the aesthetics of it. It doesn't seem right to me, so maybe I should get over it.
You just don't like yellow on pizza or what? Wow, okay. See how it is.
Yeah.
Jesus. Look at you. Spicy.
It's usually a 50-50, though, with humans, so... As an Italian, though, I don't know. That seems like it.
You might want to keep that one on the down low. Yeah. We're about love and acceptance here in Dan and Phil, but that one, keep that under the couch.
I tried very hard to like Hamilton, but I just couldn't do it. I don't like it, and I'm so sorry.
That's a brave admission.
That is a brave one. That's the kind of thing that even if I low-key completely agreed with that, I would never say on the internet just because I'm just not interested. You know, I remember once I was like, Family Guy's not as funny as it used to be on Twitter. This was like a million years ago. And I, you know, whatever, Family Guy, good, bad, whatever you think. I didn't say like, it's crap and everyone that likes it should die. And this one person just said, Family Guy's funnier than you will ever be, unfollow. And then they unfollowed me. And I was like, oh my God. Like, look, what? Wow, the one person in the Family Guy fandom just attacked me for just... I mean, I'm watching it on BBC Three right now, but oh my God, Jesus, sensitive.
They loved it.
I wouldn't go there, Hamilton.
Yeah, I think Hamilton actually, though, to be fair, it's not one that is the easiest to get into when you sit down. It's not like... Because I took my parents to see it, and for the first, like, I don't know, half an hour, they were like, what is this? But then they got into it.
Because look, British people, we don't learn about American history because obviously we're trying to keep that on the DL. English schools are like, once there was a thing called the British Empire, and all around the world it was lovely and everyone had a good time, and Britain definitely never did anything questionable in their entire political or global trade history. Thank you very much. So then British people watch Hamilton and they're like,
what?
What is this? Yeah, so it's quite dense for sure. And maybe if you're not American, it's a bit like, okay, come on, history class.
I think that was a very brave admission, though, so well done. You get a prize for that unpopular opinion. I don't like to criticize art too much. If someone's put loads of love into something, I will never be
right.
I hated it.
It's always valid. Yeah, I mean, like, you have absolutely no interest in watching Zack Snyder's Justice League cut, do you, Phil? But you're happy for the Batman fans out there that want to sit down and watch it for 4 hours. Pop off!
If you love it, you love it. It's fine. Once, I can't remember when it happened. I watched a movie on a plane. What was it, Maze Runner 3?
Oh my God, are you really about to share this?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's quite funny.
Wait. Have you told this story?
I don't think so. But I'm being... It might be one of...
Oh, I'm cringing.
It might be one of you guys that tweeted it, but it's fine.
That ratted Phil out.
Yeah. Basically, I said it was 3 stars on Instagram, and then someone excitedly tweeted the director of it, being like, "Oh wow, Phil!"
My favorite YouTuber watched the movie, but Phil's Insta story was quite a film review. Like, it was all right, good adaptation of the book. There were some explosions, but otherwise a bit 3 out of 5. No, that is not something. Given the choice that you would want to stick in the face of the fucking guy that directed the movie. And one of you little Maze Runner-lets or whatever the fuck you're called, in a moment of innocent, completely innocent and joyful sharing of a passionate interest, absolutely ratted Phil out to the director of this movie.
Yes, and then the director replied to me and said, you watched it on a plane, so obviously you gave it 3 stars. You should have watched it in the cinema. Which is fair enough, because it's a big action movie, but I was like, this is why putting a review out there into the internet, you should expect the creator to see it. And they did, so that's my fault. It's completely on me.
Having opinions. Not even once. Yeah. Don't even try it. Yeah. Don't try it. Just opinions in general. Just don't. Well, I think that you've won, Phil. You won. You won the unpopular opinion. You just said an incredibly cringe thing. The unpopular opinion is to never have opinions ever, because if you ever even express completely reasonable thoughts about something that you dislike for perfect reasons, the person who made that thing may find out and be devastated. So
they might be.
There we go. Wow. I'm quite shaken. That was an emotional roller coaster. Now, in my Tuesday shows, I like to do a thing where I come up with a game based on a rhyme of my name, and I can't believe
game of your name.
I haven't hit a dead end. Even that's one. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And today, are you ready for this one, Phil? It's called
I'm ready.
Dan Has a Plan, and it's basically... It's Bucket of Doom. So, the question for you guys is, I am stuck in an awkward social situation, and you have to suggest an item for me to get out of that situation in. And no matter what you suggest, I have to say how I will solve my social anxiety issue with whatever item you say. So literally think of any item in the entire world and then submit it as a message. Phil, why don't you give us a scenario? Paint a picture. Where is Dan? And if I'm the man with the plan, how do I have to plan to get out of this?
Just give him one word, and it's got to be an object of some kind. All right. Here we go.
Hit me.
Your first scenario is you fall asleep under a desk at work.
Okay. Fuck off.
Because you're so tired, and someone walked in and finds you and says they're going to go tell the manager.
Okay, right. I don't know what you're talking about.
A fire hydrant. I don't know.
Okay, right. So Dan, in this completely hypothetical scenario, sees a shadow approaching, and then, there's either one thing. One, in a moment of panic that I don't think would be justifiable in court, I just yeet the fire extinguisher at them, and they get knocked the hell out.
No!
And then...
You can't do that.
I then drag their body under the table, and then they get fired for sleeping under the desk because they're knocked out. But I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I would spray the fire extinguisher violently under the table, and then I would stand up and I would scream, and the person would be like, "Oh my God, what were you doing down there? What's happening?" And I'll be like, "I saw a tiny fire under that table, and thankfully I had the bravery to dive under the table in this dark room in the corner of a supermarket and blow it out, and now I'm Employee of the Month." Boom. Thank you. Okay, that was a good retcon of my life story, actually. I enjoyed that. Hit me with another.
That was better than what actually happened. Okay, you are on a date, and they suggest slowly feeding you wet calamari, so you decide to leave.
I don't do squid anymore. Okay, right. So how do I get out of someone trying to force feed me cephalopods?
A slightly used toothbrush.
Okay, which I always keep with me in my breast pocket at all moments. Which, to be fair, if you're on a date, maybe it's not a bad thing to be prepared and have a toothbrush, because if you're going to be tonguing someone, you want to be tasting nice. Pro tip: mint. Invest in them. Anyway, so there I am, and they're about to force me to be this slimely hyper-intelligent creature that I don't want to chew. And then I just whack out this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's really going to ruin the moment, but I just brushed my teeth. Yeah, no, I have a minty mouth right now. I would do this. I would love for you to slip that wriggly tentacle in my mouth or wherever you like, and maybe we can discuss other interpretations of this later. However, right now, in this setting, I just simply cannot do the orange, juice and toothpaste thing, and it's just going to ruin the vibe. Bam. Easy.
Nice. You get
That was a good one.
Okay, next one. You have been sleepwalking and you wake up in the centre of London at 5 a.m. completely naked.
Okay, just to be clear, this one hasn't happened in my actual life, but it could.
What have you got with you?
A $50 electric piano.
Okay. Well, clearly what I do is I run down to the nearest underground station, I put it on my lap to cover my dignity, and then I play incredibly questionable covers of various classical music and muse pieces to busk my way to getting an Oyster card, and then hopefully, either out of musical talent appreciation or just sheer desperation, people just throw money at me because they're like, wow, that guy, he needs help. I managed to get an Oyster card, get on the underground back to the house, and I don't get arrested for flashing.
Amazing. I mean, I think you would get arrested for flashing, but...
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. See you at 5 a.m. Someone bring a piano.
Sounds like a TikTok challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
One more.
One more.
I've trained for this. Hit me with your last scenario, Lester.
Okay, do you want... Well, okay. I'm going to go with...
I'm scared. What?
You have accidentally pressed a panic alarm.
Oh. What have I done to you?
At work.
This is our free evenings. We're doing this for fun, Phil. The whole point of these shows are to do something fun and casual that involves our audience while we're in this transitional period in our lives. And here you are, cyberbullying me.
Look, you've got to answer. You press a panic alarm at work, and a whole armed police force arrive at the shop. What do you use?
Okay, you have a banana peel.
Well, clearly, I'm about to get fired. I'm about to have the most awkward moment in my entire life where somebody does a roundup of all the employees and they ask them one by one who pressed the panic alarm, and then I find out that it's me, and it's the most cringe moment of my entire life, and I still think about it to this day, and apparently the store got fined $10,000 because this is something terrible that happens if you press the button. What I do is, I see that the cops are about to come in, and then I just yeet that banana peel in the doorway like it's Mario Kart, and there is a 10 copper pile up. There are little bumpy hats on top of each other. There's battens going up the wazoo. And in the chaos, knowing that I am about to be fired, just get the hell out of there, ghost, never speak to anyone ever again, and then maybe live without the nightmare of being confronted about the crime that I just committed. There we
Amazing. Okay, you nailed that game. I think that was 4 out of 4. You did so well.
That was stressful.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the item suggestions. I'm really glad that no one said cactus dildo like they bloody said the other day in the show.
Yeah.
I'm always just aware that you guys listening might say that, and it really scares me every single time I press a little bubble.
You just said it, so now it's in the show as a phrase. So thanks.
I ruined it. Well, lovely.
You
that
did.
was Quarantine Queers. Thank you for joining us on a lovely Tuesday where, again, we talked about everything from dismantling the patriarchy and being comfortable with your gender identity to, tentacles and cacti. Just another day with Dan and Phil. Look forward to Thursday, game night with Phil. That's going to be a laugh riot. It starts a weekend early. Do you know what it is? Is it going to be hide the cattail? What's the game?
Just wait and find out. We're going to wait and see. It's going to be a complete. It's going to be a complete mystery.
Phil hasn't planned it yet. Very nice.
Hey, we've got one word.
Fresh, rolling with the punches.
We've got one word left. This word is going to represent everybody's Wednesday, whatever it is. Let's see what the person said.
An out-of-date box of Viagra.
Wow.
Oh, God. Okay.
So, I guess if it's out of date, that would be a slightly disappointing Wednesday, wouldn't it?
Well, I hope
that
your
scenario.
Wednesday... I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be fun. I don't want to say it's going to be terrible. In fact, I just don't want to say anything. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone that's listening. On that note, bye.
Bye.